Isti, maybe just if we could just start with your summary of the season so far. You brought in a new coach, some new players, but things probably don't seem to be going as you would want them to. Just your summary of the season so far, if you may.
I think a difficult question. If I had to surmise the season, we brought in about 7 players, a new technical staff, and I think everyone saw exactly how the season began from a technical perspective. Of course, a season where there's going to be a lot of changes. We had always requested for the supporters, for the stakeholders to understand there's a great deal of patience that will be needed. Having said all of that, I mean, we deliberately took the approach of signing from the back first. The foundation was very important to us, right? And I think it's kind of a conundrum now because we're looking at it and we've conceded the goals that we've conceded. But the plan had always been the same, to begin with reinforcing the foundation, which was our defense, and then move forward. If you all look, we've only signed, I think at that time it was Gaston Sereno as our first offensive player, with a plan for identifying each window. And I know it's a very important question that'll probably come to us about this window, but we look at having done that, still topping the charts with many of the attacking stats. I mean, scoring the third highest amount of goals, even with that approach. So I think that, if you look at the chances that were created, the chances that we were missing, if we had taken the chances we could take and not concede, and it's ifs and buts. But at the end of the day, we are very confident of the direction that we're going in. And with all of those parameters having been met this season, I think that the team could be in a very different position in terms of league standings.
Maybe just speaking of this window, I think only about 2 weeks left. Anyone coming in? The coach has been very blunt about needing some more.
Yeah, I think it's always a sensitive topic because we would love as a team to be able to be transparent and speak to the people. I mean, our people and the fans are the most important people and stakeholder, and we respect them tremendously highly. And I really want to just take away this connotation that the club is not doing anything, the club does not respect its supporters. They are everything to us. We do everything for them, and it would be foolish for us not to be doing anything in this window. We've got to respect the players that we do have, give them the confidence for them to be able to do the job in the field. But we are very much aware of the areas that we need to strengthen. We've been working tirelessly every day with the technical staff, with the management, with the committee to make sure that we make the right decisions. And we obviously have been engaged with many clubs, with many players, but it's very disrespectful to come out and speak about other clubs' players. I know people want to know information. I know they want to know progress. We would love to share that. For us, not saying anything is us not respecting anybody. It's us not being negative or us sitting in the office doing nothing. I really want to dispel that, because if I sit outside here and speak about every single player from a different team, I'll be doing a big disservice to the management of the team and to the player. We have to respect our colleagues, but we do want the fans to know, and our stakeholders, our sponsors, we are doing everything we can to make sure that in certain areas we can strengthen, but also we also understand that we also have a June window. So we're preparing on twofold, because there's the short term, but we also have to plan for the next season. So we're taking the steps that we can, and we're working very tirelessly behind the scenes.
SD, what influenced the decision to play most of your games away from home in Moses Mabhida?
I think again, it's, there's many components in that decision making. It comes from a commercial perspective, also from a fan engagement perspective. We have the privilege of having the fans that we do all over the country. And there's some commercial arrangements that we have with the provinces, like we've always had as a club. It's not new to the team right now. We've had instances where we've had games in Cape Town, in Rustenburg, and other provinces, and it's something that the club will always look to continue to do because, again, the fans are important. So when we go to Durban, we have a great big stakeholder that wants to come out and see the team. We have a relationship with the municipality, same in Polokwane, and as years go on, that will change, So we know that FNB is our home. It's an iconic stadium, means tremendously a lot to us. But again, it's ideas and things that we look to as a team, as an institution, to say how can we give back to the people, So I know logistics-wise, sometimes there's a lot of traveling. But again, it's a sacrifice that the team is also trying to do to show the people that we are with them and we're together.
As the striker or attacker, is it one of the priority for
particularly for this window. I mean, I look at the number of chances created. If you just look at the stats and the conversion rate as well. Maybe if you can just give us the priority areas without mentioning particular names, and also how difficult is this window? Because you are looking for best players in other clubs, and those clubs also rely on these players to carry the season forward.
You know, I don't want to have any excuses. I don't want to come now and say, listen, guys, it's a tough window. Clubs don't want to release. Whether it's Jan or June, it's the same, right? Clubs always want to have their best players. You must negotiate, you must identify, and you must close deals. That's our responsibility. So, having said that, offensively is definitely an area that, since the beginning of the season, we want goals. We want goals, and we don't want to concede. You know, so I think that's the one position most clubs every year, internationally, locally, are always looking to get a competitive advantage. You know, so we're definitely looking up front. We're looking at attacking options, like I said, having created all the chances that we've had, having played the offensive football that we have had, with only signing one attacking player. It bears testament to a lot of good work on the ground, good work by the technical staff. You know, it's quite obvious that patterns of play and how we approach the game is very offensive, and it shows a lot of improvement from last year. The conversion rate has been a challenge, right? If we had to convert the chances that we had, would we be sitting here saying we're looking for strikers and attackers? We probably still would, because, you know, as a big club, you want to be competitive, you know. So we are looking, and we're trying to see how we can assist the technical staff as best we can.
First and foremost, compliments of the year. Good to see you. Do you feel like Chiefs is being looked at with a different eye from the supporters? You know, it looks like each and everything that you guys do say, you know, there's always reaction from it. And what would your message be to the supporters? Of course, there's been patience for the last couple of years, but what is your message? Because whatever you do, it's under the eye.
It's like that, and it's a responsibility of the club. Our supporters they are used to success. That's why they support this team. This club is built on a history of success. There's no excuses. So they are entitled to voice their opinions. They're entitled to expect what they're expecting, because this is what has made the team what it is today. So from our perspective, there's no excuses. We understand their frustration. We share their frustration. And I think that's the thing that they need to know, is that we understand and respect their frustration. Yes, we're trying our best we can to make sure it's results. I can say a million things in front of you. I can say a million things to them. They're going to say, SD, you've said this, we want results. We want 3 points, we want to feel happy, we want a trophy in the cabinet, and we respect that and we understand that, and that's normal. You know, so we know that any move we make will get looked at, but this is a big team, and we have to understand that comes with responsibility, but we must behave that way.
SD, how true is this theory that some teams in the league make it difficult for you as far as transfer negotiations are concerned? Have you maybe experienced that since taking over the SD?
To be fair, I don't even want to entertain that. We hear all the other clubs are our partners, they're stakeholders in the league. We need each other, they need us, we need them, and it's a situation of us coming to negotiations. They always will have their standpoint, they want to keep their best players. If you had to ask me, anybody coming to ask, sell us Shabalala, we'll say no. It's part of negotiations, it's part of the industry, it's part of the business. They have their goals they want to achieve, we have ours. So it's about us engaging in a positive way and trying your best you can to achieve your goals. So we respect them and they respect us, and it's part of the industry. I think you find that worldwide.